How did the Bloody Sunday massacre in Derry shape Irish history?
Masses of people said, that's it, we're going to get nowhere marching. You march for civil rights, they shoot you.
And why do people globally connect so strongly with it?
The British have behaved abominably all over the world.
I met up with Eamonn McCann, who was there on Bloody Sunday when British soldiers killed peaceful Irish civil rights protesters in Derry.
There was a sense of, how dare you do that to us? How dare, after all these years? People said the main and only issue now is to get the British out of our country.
On January 30th, 1972, around 15,000 people gathered to protest systematic discrimination against Irish Catholics and British laws that allowed for imprisonment without trial.
The British f***ed up arresting innocent people. They were just taking people from their homes and off the street and putting them in jail. No trial.
At the march, British forces opened fire and shot at least 26 people, many of whom were running away. They killed 14 people, including teenagers.
The idea that these guys could come in here and murder our neighbours, that was not just an atrocity, it was a challenge to people who had some experience confronting imperialism.
At the time, British forces were carrying out mass arrests during their military occupation in Northern Ireland. That's the part of Ireland that Britain kept when it was forced to concede to Irish independence in the 1920s. There, the British state continued to oppress Irish Catholics and nationalists, often violently.
Bloody Sunday drove people into nationalism, and understandably so. The IRA recruited more people in the immediate aftermath of Bloody Sunday than in any other period in Irish history.
Marching didn't work, so let's fight.
Marching didn't work, and people who were advocating marching, they're somewhat discredited.
Bloody Sunday happened early on in the Troubles, which is a 30-year armed conflict born from decades of oppression against the Irish. On one side, there were pro-British paramilitaries and the British state, and on the other were Irish Republicans fighting to get British forces out and reunite with the Republic of Ireland.
There has been no accountability for Bloody Sunday at all.
The British state initially covered up what happened. In the aftermath, key forensic evidence from the day disappeared. Soldiers' rifles were both destroyed and sold.
Imperialists have to lie, because how can they justify what's happening if they tell the truth?
A 12-year investigation was finally launched in 1998. It found that the killings were unjustified and unjustifiable, but still,
nobody has been found guilty of the atrocity of Bloody Sunday. Nobody.
On October 23, 2025, Soldier F, the only British soldier to ever face trial over the Bloody Sunday killings, was acquitted of murder charges.
When Bloody Sunday happened, those are the same f***ing soldiers. We know what they did in Yemen.
From Yemen to Ireland and from India to Kenya, British officers were sent from one colony to another to preserve the empire and suppress resistance.
There was a sense of comradeship between other victims of British imperialism.
The British state got away with murder on Bloody Sunday, and that's something people across the world resonate with deeply. The courts didn't deliver justice, but family members of those killed and their allies have made sure the world knows and won't forget the truth about what happened that day.